broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what you got?
I forget the lyrics every time!
Hey! Boom, shaka, boom, 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 boom. Hey! That's right.
We did it!
We
Yes,
did it.
baby.
It is the Mysteries of Laura after show here on AfterBuzz TV. Welcome again to our third episode. We're talking about the mystery of the locked box.
Whoop whoop.
Not
What?
the locked box, but the locked
I thought
box.
she said it was locks. Like,
Loch Ness Monster.
Like locks, like fish.
So I thought it was like
Locks.
LOTT, my last name, like Lots
Lots.
Box.
Oh, I
That'd
don't want
be
to
a
be in
good
that
one.
box.
No, you don't. Actually, you don't.
Well,
I'm
but-
James Lott Jr. And yeah, we don't want to be in that one at all. I'm James Lott Jr. I'm one of your hosts. And my two co-hosts are just phenomenal human beings.
Are we?
Oh, well, thank you.
I'll let them tell you who they are. Go.
Oh, I'm Cameron Lewis at The Only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram. And this lovely lady right next to me.
I'm Alexis Torres. You can find me where all Alexis Torres are sold at atorres890.
That's right.
You can't find her. She's there.
I am there.
She's
all
right
over
there.
that thing.
And you can find me at Black Hope LA, and that's BLAKHOPLA on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Twitter.
on the Twitter sphere.
I wanted to kind of enunciate the T's today.
No, that's
I
you're
know.
allowed.
Yeah, I guess so. The Twitter.
Do it.
My Twitterlings, I love you. All right, so there was a lot of information on this episode.
Holy smokes. I didn't even take that many notes. I was like, I'm
Yo,
done.
I
did.
like
Look at this. That's 1, 2,
I
3,
did.
4,
2,
5.
3,
Guys,
4,
if you could look,
5,
if you could look at my
6.
notes, it's like maybe 10 lines,
Yes.
if that.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Not much.
It's
not much
interesting.
going on there.
But we'll lead you. You know what's going on. You watch the show. You know what's going on.
Heck yeah.
But one thing about this show, I was very excited. My favorite actress from Revenge was on, Gabriel Mann. He played best friend Shane Allen. I love him so much. It's good to see him working. I loved him as on Revenge. He was the bomb, so he's on this episode. So a little shout out to him. But anyway, so we start out with the cleaning lady in this beautiful, beautiful apartment. It was beautiful.
It was. She was straightening the Nintendos and the Game Boys.
Yes, exactly.
And-
Wow, yeah, because that was
Wow.
totally what that was.
There was. She was. They were on that glass table.
It was
on
a
the coffee
controller.
table.
It looked like it was
What is
probably
that?
an Xbox One controller. Probably.
What is that? What is
You
an
don't
Xbox?
know what an X-Bone is?
An X-Bone?
No, it's called Xbox One, but I call it an X-Bone because I'm weird.
Mysteries of Laura
I love-
After Dark.
I love how
Yes.
I love how escalated that scene got so quickly.
Well, no,
It was like
just
a
surprised
30-second thing.
I'm surprised
Yes.
how Dextrified our
It was,
victim
totally. Oh,
was. I was
totally.
like, wow, this is gory.
I know, and poor lady, she's just like cleaning the Nintendos, and she stomps on a
Can't
thing
right
of
now.
blood and looks at her shoe, opens the door, and she's like, "Get out!"
That scream was so fake.
I was
like,
waiting for her to
wow.
drop
was.
the clothes.
It
She
was.
didn't drop the clothes.
Because she was like, oh,
She
no,
had a
I
job to do.
I just cleaned those.
You
and I'm
kidding
gonna
me?
get blood all over that? Come on. I just
Do you know
spent
how
all
much
night
how
putting
much
laundry.
Downy
What
cost?
the hell are you kidding me? Fabric softener?
God.
Snuggle? How dare you?
Now, I have to say, because I'm an organizer, they were folded perfectly.
They
I was
were
like,
folded
thank you.
perfectly.
See, that's
Did you work at the
where we should
Gap?
focus
That's
here.
probably someone from the prop department who's like, I'm gonna get
You
this
know,
stuff
get the eye, you know, I'm
nice,
gonna
nice
fold
and
that.
tight.
I work that structure, and that's it, right?
That's
Prop
right.
guy, whoever did that.
Now, you know, I
props
always
to you.
focus on some of the smaller details because I can't.
Well, yeah,
I
you're
have
the
some more.
super
I have
organizer.
some more stuff to talk about in this episode about that.
alright.
Oh, about the organizing?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm kind of
All right, here we
scared.
go.
Okay,
I'm
so
excited.
basically, they're at this place called the Barrington.
Is that what it's called?
what?
Sorry, Barriston.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was like the Barrington.
Barrington.
Well, it sounds.
What's the Barriston?
Actually, Barrington is a place here in LA.
Oh,
actually,
is it?
On Wilshire Boulevard.
We'll talk about that later.
But the Barriston is the actual place where he's staying in. He has an apartment on his own floor. That's why it's so
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah, okay.
His name is Zach Romero. I was getting there. His name is Zach
Yeah.
Romero. He's an internet billionaire of a place called Focalize.
It's a nanotech company.
I
A
know.
nanotech company that he runs from home.
Yeah. Like he
Sounds
said,
like the perfect job.
and I know there's me too. You don't have to go to the
Saying.
office. You
And
do
the fact
everything-
that his whole apartment's automated. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I literally would never leave.
You could do everything by Skype, FaceTime. You don't need to go. You don't need to go in the office.
need to go in the office.
Come on, Zach. It was Zach. I
was
called you
gonna say-
Zach. I just called him Zach.
I mean, he looks like
Well,
a
I
Zach.
do look like a billionaire, so I understand how you'd make that mistake.
A billionaireess. Yes, you do.
Yes. Wow.
Maybe married to a billionaire. Maybe I don't know.
So we get to see this guy totally like he's like cut off from the bed. He's cut up.
No,
He's cut
like,
up.
but when we found out what the murder weapon was, it made more sense.
did,
Because I was
totally.
like,
Now it's like
I just thought he had a bad shave day.
like I did. Good.
no, but I'm just
It
upset that
was-
it's gone.
It
know,
was
me
like
too.
little tiny little, and they talk about this later, but all the slivers. It wasn't.
so
there wasn't
many.
really stabbing. It was like,
It was a horrible way to
I
die.
don't want to think about it anymore. Can we move
sorry.
A drone coming at you
I
with
know,
knives.
James. Lott
Yeah,
Jr., please.
okay.
Please.
Yes. So
How
they
about
so
that?
Spare
I'm not
me.
ordering anything off Amazon for that reason when they do those things.
when they say that the machines will kill you, that is very a fact.
Oh yeah, that one
That was a
did.
sentence.
That's
right?
straight up
Yeah,
the
that was
Matrix.
a sentence. There was a sentence in there.
That was a
Sentence
very
in
a
there.
fact. I don't know.
So, because at the time they didn't know it was a drone, so we went ahead of ourselves. We didn't know
Yeah,
it was a drone.
it's okay.
But MD Styles, I thought it said Burlington's.
I
Oh,
love
that's
that,
for
Mr.
you.
That was just for you, buddy.
Oh,
That was just
thank
for
you.
Mr. D style.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
right.
D style
He said
on the
Burlington.
tweet
Burlington's,
on the
actually.
YouTube chat roll. Thank you for doing that.
Exactly. So there's blood splatters on the walls. We're trying to figure that out. They couldn't find a phone, which is of course that's a weird thing. I know when
cell phone,
I know
yeah.
when I'm getting killed. I have like all four of my phones will be right near me or whatever.
You have four phones?
I have three.
He's a super organizer.
One for
He's
different
got
things.
things.
Got things. So I'm sure they'll all be laying around me.
Oh my
And my tablets. I'm sure I'll be just laying around. I'm
Jeez,
dead.
technology.
Tablets.
Oh, word.
I have tablets too.
Yeah, tablets.
The tablets.
Plural.
Well, it's like he said his name, and D Style said his father's name was Zach too.
Oh, look at that.
What a weird coincidence.
Was it? I didn't get that. Oh wow.
I mean, I get it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we see the owner of phone, but there's no fingerprints, no footprints. They couldn't find fibers, hair, nothing. It was like
Well,
kinda
that's
weird.
why it made more sense. Again, I'm sorry that we spoiled it, but there was
Yeah.
a drone because there was
Right.
no person.
Right.
That's
We didn't
Great.
spoil it. Our fans just watched the show.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're good.
Right.
Yeah.
They're really good. So what's going on. But anyway, so the thing is, they find a popsicle stick with no wrapper.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
but
That's
then
so weird.
But when she said that, I was like, oh, maybe he went to. He was. Well, no, he said that he didn't leave. But
No,
in
he
my
didn't
brain, I
leave.
was like, oh, he probably walked out, grabbed an ice cream.
And the
from
freezer
Yeah.
was totally empty.
Yeah.
But here's what I loved. The refrigerator was organized.
I was waiting
Like
for it to
Tupperware.
Tupperwares knew
Loved
right
it.
where the toaster strudels were because mom dropped them by.
Oh, so
Pop-Tarts are better,
adorable.
sorry.
I agree with you, actually.
Those are fighting words.
That's why I said it.
Oh,
There.
I love Pop Tarts.
I mean, toaster strudels are just like...
I'll eat them both.
I don't
I don't
think,
discriminate
though-
breakfast
Faux
foods.
I don't think
Pop-Tarts.
I've ever seen a refrigerator that looks like that.
It was
I
nice.
have.
It was a nice refrigerator.
Really?
I have. My aunt has OCD. So
Organizes it like that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she has
I
everything
do too,
labeled and in
actually.
she has Tupperware parties. Like that's like a thing.
Oh my god.
I don't
My
know.
stuff's all organized too.
Mine is like
Cause she like
the
cause she
milk's upside down. It's like
It's okay. My refrigerator's completely empty. That's mine.
yeah,
Mine
right.
has like
No, that was the end of my
yeah,
list.
like, that was it.
That was it.
I think there's like a can in there that's not supposed to be refrigerated and like some beer. Like that's it.
I have 1 gallon of milk. Sorry, half gallon.
Half gallon of
Okay.
milk.
Just upside down. That's
Yeah,
the only
just
thing.
in the corner. Sad.
So why doesn't what's her name again? Rosalie.
Yeah, Rosalie.
What can I do to get Rosalie to come on by?
I
every week?
know. I just do that. That's a business right there.
Just I know that you just lost your son, and I know you miss cooking for him, but I will take that role. in a
I will
heartbeat. I'm
adopt
fine.
me.
Yeah, I
You guys would take that pasta from last week. You would take that too.
I would.
I
That
mean,
overabundance
know,
of pasta last
I
week.
will eat the.
Let's
crap
talk about that.
pasta.
Let's talk about that because every episode of this show that I've seen so far, I'm watching Laura eat food.
Oh, you
Yes.
that's,
And
that's
I'm like,
the
oh
joke.
my
My contract,
God.
I think that she
Yeah.
has to have food on her, just like,
Like,
Brad Pitt in was it Ocean's 11
Yeah,
or
they're
something where
always
he had to
eating
have food.
something. There's an episode, my show I do in Pastor, same thing. One of the agents is always eating something.
Oh my gosh.
Like this weird. She makes you hungrier.
I'm
well,
starving.
yeah, as a person who
I'm
doesn't
starving.
eat, I'm starving.
I am. All right, so actually, they get into the house. They're looking at him. He called his place the Fortress of Solitude, which is actually a very important point to remember.
Yeah,
Because
how about
It's a Superman reference. My nerdgasm just
Yes,
came up,
came
and I was
up.
like, "What?"
Yes.
I said
Fortress
it.
of
Solitude.
Soledad.
Soledad,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's Soledad.
Soledad.
And she's like Fortress of Solitude.
Solitude. And Billy and Meredith find out that all the entrances, I mean, like it's private. Yes, there's like he only has the keys. It's only apartment to his. They really like the UN. It's like completely you can't get in.
Yeah, the same cameras as the UN.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
in your apartment building.
I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
3 separate elevators.
I know. That's crazy. So, I mean, it's like they're thinking no one got in. The cameras are saying no one went in and out.
It's crazy.
Again, that's why it made sense for the drone to happen.
Yeah, it did. I know it did make sense. So Zach ran a company, but didn't go to the office. So they thought that was kind of weird. Then they go to his mom, who feels bad
I
because
felt bad for her.
she was by herself, obviously.
Yeah.
She raised him by herself. Let him go on his own at 15. But she knew that he was somebody, which, I mean, that's the thing. I think about being a parent. You try to do what's best for your kids, obviously.
Yeah.
But you see a kid who's not like an ordinary child. What do you do?
It's rough.
I mean, he was super smart.
I think that she did
No, she did the right thing.
I actually did too. He said he was
But
writing
apparently
code at
Miss Santini.
Santini.
Oh, Santini.
Santini.
Ooh,
I
had
pulled
some
the
tea.
whole
On
head
it.
roll because
Gee.
she was.
By the way,
need to-
I just principally do not like her for several different reasons.
This episode.
Go into it, Cameron. Okay, I will. She is always on a power trip. I think it might be a height thing. She's always
is
wearing
short.
her badge on the outside,
Yeah,
on
what
her
is
neck.
up with that?
And she's always walking in, and every time she does, she looks like a Muppet or something. And she's going like, where's the case? Clues, evidence.
If we ever have that actress on here,
No,
I
the
know.
actress is awesome.
Right.
her character
Because
sucks.
she's making the character
Right.
so not
That
likable.
makes sense. I like that.
so much.
You know what I mean? Oh,
Not the
man.
actress.
No, the character.
Yeah.
The actress, I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but you
I
were
know.
beautiful. You were
She is
amazing.
beautiful,
I love
actually.
you.
She
I
is
think you're
beautiful.
amazing. Your character, though, I want to punch her in the face. I want to
Which
high
is
five her.
perfect.
No,
She's
I
so
wanna,
judgy.
No, it's the whole child thing. Like she
Yes,
was going on a crazy rant. So I feel like maybe either her mom did that, or maybe she has a kid.
Well,
who's-
she
Yeah.
has a 14-year-old son.
Yeah, so maybe her 14-year-old son, maybe she's having some issues and she can't get through to him, so she's like taking out her anger on I don't know, whatever.
Well, she kept saying, I'm a solo parent.
Which
you
is
have
so,
Jake at least.
That was
I don't
like-
like that.
But you know, it's such a real conversation. It's really
It
weird.
is.
It really
It
is.
is.
Parents are hard on each other. Other mothers and stuff are hard on each other.
Mom, I love you. I love you with all of my heart, but you can be a giant witch with a bee sometimes with other moms, like straight up.
Really?
Like, yeah, because
Oh,
my mom was a teen parent. Like that's what she
okay.
was. She was 18 when she had me, and she was judged by a lot of people. But you know, she's doing well in her insurance company. She has a big house. Like she's happy, and she's got 3 beautiful kids. Like what it's a thing. But I always used to like see her when she's always talking about other moms, and she just all the tea comes out, and I'm like,
Yes.
Ma,
I
like,
know. They do that.
slow your roll. Like they're also suffering. Like stop. Like whatever.
And parents do that to each other. They really do. They're hard on other parents.
Like-
They judge heavily.
Yeah.
Well, they captured that really nicely.
They did.
tonight.
No, they did. I mean, again, it was a real conversation. And, well, like, because there is that kind of thing of I'm by myself raising a child versus even if you have an ex who partially raises, it's still a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't understand it. They just see it as you have a partner.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not how that
They
works.
equate
It's
that
still,
to
they're
the
still
normal
divorced.
couple.
You don't get to see. It's not like a normal married couple where they're there
I agree.
every day.
I agree.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
That's like, as a person who raised children, I understand.
Santini. Get off the pot.
Get off.
Stop.
So apparently, mom made food every Sunday and dropped it off.
man.
But to talk to him, because that's how we meet my man. His real name is Gabriel Mann in real life. Who plays Shane. I love him.
He was in Revenge, right?
Yeah, I just
Yes,
said that earlier.
yeah.
You said that earlier?
Are you having?
Are you
a
having
seizure?
neurological problems?
Exactly.
Like Jake?
I'm on blood thinners, like Jake. How about that?
I'm so mad about Jake right now. Stop it.
Did you say? I didn't
Everybody
hear
in
you
this
say
episode
that.
made me angry.
Oh, her name is Callie Thorne. That's her name.
Callie
Thank you, Callie
Thorne.
Thorne.
Santini or Santiani.
Yeah,
Santini,
whatever.
whatever. Yeah, she's been in a bunch of things. She's been around for a while. She's beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, so but she gives us some more information. He never answers his own phone, which plays into the storyline heavily.
Yeah.
That Zach never answered his phone, never answered emails. Which is kind of a weird thing. Like,
I mean, because we all
As
have
a
to
tech
deal with
person.
as
Yeah.
a tech person and
Right.
just a person who has a business. You know, we all have
Yes.
to use our emails because we're
Right.
just throwing business emails back and forth. So
Yes.
it's weird.
That's
But I
kinda
guess he
weird.
probably had somebody to help him out with that, kind of,
you must have, yeah.
because obviously he had like thousands of emails where he just didn't run through them. And I
I
thought
know,
it
it's
was
so
really
weird. So Shane would answer the phone for him to find out stuff. So that we meet Shane, who's a bit of a snobby kind of
He's
guy.
a douche canoe.
A douche canoe.
He's a giant. I will say it
He
straight
is-
up. He's a douche canoe in the douche Olympics, and he won gold.
Yes.
What do you
Get
have for breakfast, Alexis? Douche waffles.
Douche washful. Yeah, no, straight
I'll
up.
say douche and
douche,
eggs.
douche, Cheerios.
Douche Cheerios, like douche snakes.
Yep. Big bowl of douche Cheerios. Don't like him.
Another great actor.
Oh, he was great.
Character.
I love him. Yeah,
like him.
I love
Can't
him.
stand him.
He
texting at the funeral.
Yeah, he flirted with Meredith a little bit.
I know.
I was like, alrighty, okay.
Get
Can't blame a guy for that.
You know why not? Why not?
No, she's a hot lady, but
She is
still
hot.
at the same time,
Yeah.
like, get over yourself.
Yes, and he said that he was at a club, which did turn out he was at a club.
Yeah,
he
no,
couldn't.
we all knew he was at a club.
Perform. Could perform, as they said. He's in the bathroom. It's like, couldn't perform.
Yeah, he was just kind of as Cameron would say, he was just,
That happened.
A wet
all that
noodle.
happened.
A
Just a
wet
wet
noodle.
noodle.
That's right.
Apparently, we keep up with noodles in this theme.
I guess, yeah, exactly, right?
A
Exactly.
lot of noodles in this show. I tell you.
And so, but he paints a picture that Zach was scattered, that he was structureless.
No, I mean, even his mom had said that he
Yeah.
was just kind of all over the place, which,
Yeah.
he was in a business that kind of seemed
Yes.
like it, and,
Did anybody else see the picture of him at the funeral, though? It looked like a happy guy.
Yeah, he looked fine.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that he also was just one of those guys that was an introvert that just wanted
Yeah.
to be alone.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I look happy most of the time, and I hate everybody. Oh. Just kidding. I love everybody in the world.
I was
I
like,
do.
Whoa.
To clutch my pearls. I was
I
like,
know. Oh my
excuse
God.
me.
Just kidding. You guys all know I love everybody. It's
Speaking
fine.
of loving everybody, share the love with AfterBuzz TV.
Oh, look at that
Our
transition.
Mysteries of Laura after show. Subscribe on iTunes. Rate us 5 stars. Hell, we'll even take 4.5.
I will look
Comment.
at my right now.
Let us know what you think of the
Look,
show.
we have some good stuff.
While you're there, check out all the other shows for AfterBuzz TV. There are literally hundreds that you can download and have the convenience of in your pocket listening on that device or in your car. My goal is to make James Lott Jr. laugh with my pitch. I am done now. Thank you for following and commenting, as always. Back to you, James.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you, Cameron. So the part that we have some good stuff on there. I was reading on there. Some people like us. It's good.
Oh, on iTunes?
On YouTube
Oh,
too.
no, on YouTube we've been getting a lot of
Yeah.
love, and I love it.
Yes, thank you. So this is an interesting part of the show because they brought on. He says, "I moved him to this apartment after we found this crazy lady in his bathtub."
See, when they said that, I was like, oh, maybe he's just having not an affair, but he's having a relationship he doesn't want anybody to know about.
Yes, but it was Abby Pollard.
That's a terrifying concept, by the way. Just
This
finding
girl,
a crazy person
I
in your
don't like to use
bathtub?
this word, but she was cray-cray.
She was
She
great.
was.
She was.
It's okay to say
she
that.
came at
Billy and Meredith.
yes, with a giant 9-inch
That
knife,
was-
cooking knife, kitchen knife,
I
whatever.
love that scene. It's again like the scene at the beginning with the maid. They're sitting there talking about something at the door. They're like, "Yeah, what'd you have for breakfast?" I don't know. A little- And all of a sudden, the lady's like, "Yeah,
She did. I was like, "Oh my god!" I jumped. I was like, "What? Like, what?" Like,
it
what was
scared
that?
all of us." It was
did.
funny.
I was just like, what is happening?
Like, where did that come
she just
from?
she just came out of her and she's like, cat. Like, it was just nuts.
Yes. Well, they noticed
Absolutely.
I feel bad for the pizza guy that delivers there.
Oh dear.
like the last
Like the
place.
last
Like
one.
last
Yeah.
week, pizza guy.
Lord have
The
mercy.
messages says
Jeez
pizza.
Louise.
It's funny because they saw on the thing though how crazy she is. It didn't say A Pollard, it said A Romero.
That was one. Number two was the fact that she said that she had dinner
Oh,
with
yeah,
him
she
at
like
that
had dinner.
restaurant at the noodle place. And
That was her
she
alibi.
Yeah, and that was her alibi. I mean, she was technically correct, but she was outside the noodle place sitting
Yeah.
on the bench, on a bus bench.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Going, we had dinner together. No, you didn't, sweetheart. You had dinner
No.
in the same area.
And that's why I love Laura caught on when Billy was interrogating her. Like, we gotta play it up. Like, yes, you've been through a tough time.
Absolutely.
No,
That
it
was
was
good.
very smart. That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
love
very
Laura.
smart.
She
How
thinks on her
dare
feet.
you talk to his wife this way when he just passed away?
I think you saw a ring
So
on her
smart.
finger.
I know,
saw
she
it.
probably bought one.
Yeah.
It was just like, yep.
Because she's like, you think I'll kill my own husband? It's like, no, girl, of course not. 'Cause
No,
you're
but you
crazy.
won't take a bath in his tub
Oh, God.
without him knowing.
Yeah, okay. Give me a second. I was like, I was like, a bath in his tub. Yeah, a bath in his tub. Take a bath in his bath.
Yeah.
Take a tub in his tub.
Either way, there's going to be bubbles.
Oh, my
I
man.
love bubble baths. I take them all the time. I recommend them all the time.
Speaking of bubbles, Lush bath bombs are the best.
I know. I have some. No, I have some. They're great.
really?
They have different kinds that are for like romantic reasons or relaxation reasons. I have all kinds.
Girl.
I know all about it. I know all about it.
Anyway.
Yes, anyway, we digress. So, Max finds out that the popsicle is actually an ice cream bar stick.
I love how he
Which, I
did
mean-
his research.
Oh,
there was
he
like
knows.
several
I know.
popsicle sticks sitting
I
on
know.
his.
It
Really splitting hairs there, aren't
yeah,
we?
I know.
Popsicles versus ice cream sticks. It's the same thing.
No, I
I
guess
say nothing.
Well, I think because it was wide. It was
say
wider. I mean, I don't know. It was a little wider than a pop.
No, it was like when you go to the grocery store, instead of getting an actual fruit bar, you would get like one of those Dove chocolate ice cream bars with a stick in it.
Yeah. I think so.
Makes sense.
And I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so you get the bar. So he's like, okay, you ate that. So they said he went to a bodega, which are big in New York.
What is a bodega?
It's a place where they started out a lot of Caribbean peoples, like Dominicans, I almost said Republicans. I met Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. My peeps. Oh my God.
Dominican
Republicans. I'm sure they run bodegas. I'm sure. Whatever. Sure, why not? There's stores. There's just type of stores that are known for like on the East Coast.
What do they do? What are they?
I wonder what
They
they
sell
stand
stuff.
for.
They sell stuff.
What do they sell?
Look it up.
Bodega. What is a bodega
My
spell?
internet is terrible, y'all.
Oh, it
You
is.
make me look this up right now.
Well, everybody in the YouTube chat.
Usually a bodega is a supermarket that also has like a restaurant inside. Like
Oh, that
God?
too. Oh, yeah, that
run,
too.
Like a restaurant that has a supermarket attached. And they're basically an East Coast thing because like Italians would sell Italian food and then they also sell cutlets and
Oh,
Look at
so on
that.
and so forth.
Thanks, God.
thank you.
See, between the two Jameses, we're one James.
Thank you, James, in the booth.
Whatever. They love it.
I'm just kidding. I
We're
was
one
A
mega
bodega
James.
is like a Big Lots
Exactly. Mixed with.
that has meat.
Exactly.
Meat.
I wish.
Oh,
I think we're shopping in one place. It'd be great. Anyway, so we digress on that one. So anyway, so they're going to go there.
off topic.
And I love that Laura's shopping.
Well, 'cause she's got kids to think about.
She's shopping. She's like,
I love
It's like,
when
do you have
Laura
mac and
does that.
cheese? Do you have truffle or what was it?
right. It's all fancy.
Ganache or something?
Yes.
And I was like,
I love it was all
the orange kind.
overpriced.
It was all overpriced.
She was pissed, and she was supposed to be conducting an investigation, but she was mad that
$7.
Cheez-Its were $8,
Yeah.
$7.
Cheez-Its were $7.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
It reminded me of,
Lord
there's a
have
place in New York called Dean and DeLuca, which has kind of all these fancy things too. It's kind of remind me of that.
Yeah, I mean, World's Market can get pretty,
It sure
get
can.
pretty up there.
Yes.
I'm like, whoa. Well,
So we find out there's a tunnel that goes from there to the.
that was so nuts to me. I was like,
Yeah,
so
really.
they found it, like a pipe burst or something
Yeah.
like that, and they opened that
Okay.
whole wall, and it just
Yes.
happened to lead into
Right.
And how far away was this place?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Let's rewind for a second to the
Yes.
Google search that they did to find this
That
grocery
was so
store.
Right.
ridiculous.
I want everybody who's
Find
watching and or
grocery
listening to this show right
store.
now to go to Google and type in pick where you're at right now and your work, and type in between here and work a grocery store that has this kind of ice cream bar. You're not gonna be able to find it. Are you kidding me?
I was thinking there's a million.
I don't think
stores.
that the NYPD even has a database for ice cream, let alone like I don't think Yelp has. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
weird. It's kinda
And then
weird.
you get there and there's a tunnel to China.
Yes.
And like, how far away was this building? Did they ever say?
No, they didn't. I don't. They may have said. If you guys know at home, you can tell us. I can remember if they said how far, but it seemed kind of weird.
It was 50 years that this thing was.
I guess there are tunnels underground.
And does the shop owner not ever? I mean, he eventually gave in and he told
Right.
about the tunnel and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm helping him out."
Nope,
But
it didn't work.
at any point,
yeah.
is this guy like, this is probably a bad idea?
Right.
Yeah.
Like something
Yeah.
is going to happen as a result of
Right.
this.
Kind of weird.
Mr. D style, she was looking for that Easy Mac.
He was looking for the
She
easy
was
man.
looking for Easy Mac. But no, I completely agree with you when they said that, because I literally had to pause and go, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
And then we
weird.
continued to watch the episode.
course.
I was so confused.
Yes. And then meanwhile, because there's a lot of information. Meanwhile, at the Kanji Noodle House.
Food so bad.
I know. It's like I'm like,
So many
Jesus.
noodles.
So many
much
noodles. There's like a lot of
food.
noodles. It's very New York. There are a lot of noodles in New York.
Hell
We can go to
yeah.
Bodega Lots after and
Bodega
get,
lots. Bodega lots.
some
That's
noodles.
right. That's right. So
Stop.
Homeboy Zach was known as the number 8 because Homeboy knew by.
No, there's actually a lot. There's actually a Chinese restaurant I used to go to for 5 years straight who
Dear.
knew me as number 12.
See, that
That's
is
a
an actual thing.
That's an actual thing. Mine was chow mein with
after.
broccoli. Thanks. Yeah, Tom's after. It was beef and broccoli, chow mein with a Thai iced tea. That was number
Oh.
12. It was a
Number
number 12
12.
combo.
I like that whole. I
That
like
sounds
that
good.
bit. I liked that bit
Sounds good right
because
now.
With an extra thing
Added
of
to
fried
it.
rice if I ordered after 10 because I was a college student. So
Hey.
Jeez Louise. Was there a lady out at the bus stop watching it too?
yes, we had dinner together several times.
Hell.
That's a good. That's but the part that's important is that they said a white guy
Yeah, 40s and 50s with a baseball
cap
Cap.
number 13.
Yep.
He was number
I wonder what he
13.
ordered.
I wonder what that was too.
I like
And-
how the guy was referring to, like we said, to the
Yeah,
number 13,
with numbers,
number 10.
yeah.
The numbers, and that's how I remembered them. And I said, and we saw footage later that Zach left first, clearly, and the white guy with the cap left second.
Oh, this man. A lot of people in this episode made me really upset because they're just all
Bad
just sick in
people?
the. No, but every single person we encountered besides his mother was sick in the head,
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
like to a point.
Yeah, you're right,
No,
actually.
literally,
yeah.
like every single suspect, except for, I mean, technically the business partner wasn't sick.
Shane.
He was thinking, he was greedy.
He was just greedy.
And then we had our crazy supposed wife.
Yes.
And then we had the dad who
Yeah.
was just there. He was a deadbeat dad. Sorry, I'm gonna say it straight up
Yes.
because he was just there for money. And then we had the best friend at the very end who
Yeah.
had a freaking killer drone.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, the guy in the baseball cap was the dad. And we
Yeah.
found out, which we all kind of
Sorry, I
guessed.
didn't mean to just,
I
like,
think
wrap
I
up.
guessed that. I kind of had a feeling that's what was going on there.
Yeah.
That he wanted money.
No,
but,
I love how we all knew it. We were like, he has to
yeah,
be
has to
the
be a
dad.
Oh,
dad.
yeah, for sure.
But at the bodega, one thing that they also talk about is that Jake repeated a whole conversation. Like was like, so blah blah blah. And like we just talked
So
about
we
that.
should get the tapes from the bodega.
We
Oh, yeah.
just talked about
But
that.
He
What?
didn't remember.
And he's like, oh,
I know. I was just recapping.
yeah, I like what we're doing now.
Yeah, it was so weird.
But then he took those pills, and then all three of us looked at us, and go, okay, wait a minute. So why is he taking pills if he's having neurological problems?
Yeah, and what kind of pills are they?
Right.
Yeah, because
And I used to be a nurse.
James used to be a nurse.
Be a nurse,
So
practicing nurse.
you know,
So I was kind of like, that doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
He's still okay otherwise. So I'm like, so we find out later
He's
that
taking limitless pills. That's what's happening.
tie-in CBS and
Yeah,
NBC.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Together. So it's kind of where he takes a pill in the corner. So like that's the second time we saw him take a pill. He took one in the episode before. So like, what's going on? So anyway, so he let Abby out for the funeral.
Yeah.
This was smart.
It was
Yeah, I
smart.
mean, you definitely got to keep her on a leash.
I
Yeah.
was afraid. I was like, why is she here? But
Yeah.
I was like, no, wait, she's the only person who saw
Yeah.
Zach and this mystery man together.
I did expect her to like approach the mom or something.
Right,
I was.
I did
That's
too.
what I wanted. I was like, this is about to be an all-out fight. But I also wasn't expecting the mom to go up.
Oh, she
there.
went buck crazy. She was like, well, first,
Oh, yeah, we gotta
the
talk
best
about- we
friend
gotta talk
gets
about
up there,
stupid Shane.
Wheezy up there
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
talking. Shane's like, okay, first he texts and he's like, okay, we need to speak this up. It's my turn.
Well, yeah, he's
And
got
bumps
dinner
him.
plans.
He bumps
Yeah.
he had a eulogy.
I like how he tells the minister that.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's like, listen, friend, I have a date, 4:30.
friend,
Let's
buddy."
get me the hell out of here.
He speed this
Make
up,
some
ladies.
priest do it. Like,
Yeah.
make
Right. He's
somebody
like,
else do it.
Did. And there's a redheaded priest. Just want to tell you, they like
Yeah.
they like redheads on the show. They love redheads on the show.
I'm
It's so
okay
funny.
They
with
do.
it.
And I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, me too.
Am I wrong? What?
No, you're
What?
not. I love red. I'm a Ginge
I
fan.
was
so.
distracted.
It's kind of funny. So he made plans. He goes up there. Rosalie goes off on everybody. He's like, "Oh, I'm crazy."
No, but I mean,
bitches."
I don't blame her. She's a mom who just lost her only son.
know.
You know, to greedy people, which we were not far off, or she was not far off. From.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those people were just saying fake things.
And
up
I
there.
and I love how Laura told them to put their phones away, or she was going to be chucking
was
them into
good.
the river. Is that what she said? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
over
Yeah.
off a roof.
Yeah, off a roof, and I was like,
Well, it's funny because the next thing is the dad. The whole thing is the running thing. It's always a theme on this show. They
we're
always try
running.
to run.
"Yep."
Every suspect tries to run.
Every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's like
I
clockwork.
really expected when the running happened, I really expected Jake to tackle him and then all of a sudden become paralyzed or something.
Oh my gosh.
From the thing,
We're
honestly.
only- what episode number 1? 4? Like,
Yeah.
let's-
But
let's-
still, I mean, I there's been 2 episodes now that he's like had
Yeah.
some issues. So
Yeah.
I thought that was
I'm
going to
gonna
go
wait
down.
for like in the middle, like before
Somewhere- yeah.
our holiday break.
Where he
I
just
feel
falls.
like it's just gonna be.
Oh,
bad.
yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know.
I can see that actually.
He's just said he had heart problems. It's happening. There's something that's gonna come up. Oh,
I think
all right.
thanks-
And it came
I
up.
was like,
It came
oh,
up.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And it's gonna be an issue, and then that's where Laura and Jake will get back together.
Yes, yes. And so the little side plot, because we thought nothing was going on, but apparently he was putting together something called hi-fi.
I was like, okay.
It's not Wi-Fi.
And why didn't they ever explain what this was? This kind of aggravated me because I was really curious.
I feel like they've used this term so many times,
Yeah.
I can't really tell what it actually is.
Like they kind of said a little bit like what it's supposed to do, supposed to revolutionize,
But what does it do?
Wi-Fi.
supposed to like take away it's supposed to turn down all the Wi-Fi stuff, and it's supposed to be like higher. And you can tell us at
Higher
home.
See, that's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it does the thing with the
Yes,
stuff.
yeah. I didn't write that all down. I was like, okay, something. I thought it was
I
funny.
didn't even listen. I was like,
Hi-fi,
all right, fast forward.
like hi-fi. Okay,
It's just like AOL.
Yes, very much so. That's high
So-
quality internet right there.
Exactly. AOL.
ya.
So Zach had an idea about hi-fi. He fought about with his dad. His dad wanted a piece of the pie, apparently.
Oh, look at
And-
you.
A
piece of
rhyming
the
over
pie
there.
pie.
Piece of the pie.
He wanted a piece of the pie pie.
That's right.
Look at that.
And so we find out that Dad was at an Apple store. He said he was there. So
Because he was stealing earbuds.
stealing
I was
earbuds.
How about that?
like, excuse
Earbuds
you,
are
sir.
crazy. And then
They're expensive.
they are
Just something
expensive.
else.
And then we find out Homeboy
Which one's homeboy?
Dad.
Shane.
Oh, yeah.
We find
Shane.
Shane.
Oh, Shane.
Files domain names for the hi-fi stuff.
Like
Different
2
names.
seconds
Yeah.
after the
I
guy
was
dies.
like,
Right.
dude, obviously you didn't. He was a brother to me. Get out.
Right, exactly. Registered name. Then we find Laura. Laura's great because she pretends to be the car service for Shane because it's very New York.
Oh,
You have a car
so
service.
cool.
And finds out where he's having dinner and what time he's going, all that. So they go, and this Grace Cook chick is somebody rich too in high finance.
Owns a communication company.
Yeah, very
Yes.
good
Yeah.
company. And Laura again orders a piece of food, the ceviche, whatever.
So funny.
Saw it coming.
Saw it coming. She's
So
like,
funny.
yeah, you
I was
know.
like, she like arrested him with like the spoon.
I
Like, in her
know.
mouth. I was
I
like,
love it.
Laura, I love you.
But we see, because remember Fortress of Solitude earlier, I told you to hold on to that. We see a Superman cover on the phone. It was a cool
I'm
cover,
so
though.
jealous.
The whole cape thing.
I was like, I need that. Like right then and there. And I love how Jake went up there and was like, oh, my boys love Superman. I just want to see the case.
ripped it
Oh,
off.
look at that. It comes right off.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow.
It was Homeboy's phone.
Yeah.
It
No.
was Homeboy's phone.
Even though it looked like a teenager's phone, but I was
It
okay
did. I
with it
was
because
like-
I really want that case.
It was a good
So
case.
it would have been Batman. Sorry.
Yeah, I think people like that case.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cute. So basically, we find out that Shane wanted to sell it for money, obviously, or whatever.
Duh.
And Grace wanted it just because to stop it from being produced, I guess. Mm-hmm. Because it put her out of business. It put her out of
What a
business.
bunch of
But also he
buttheads.
was still a butthead because of the fact that he was gonna have her sign that contract, but she wasn't gonna see a lick of money.
No.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
he
done
was-
with you. Get out
He
of
was
here.
not good. He was
outta
good.
here.
I couldn't all of the only thing I'll say, I'm not tech savvy. Could all of the codes fit on a phone?
Well, I have no idea.
They talk. He
don't
says
think
like,
so.
do you know what I mean? He's
I
like,
know what you mean, but
the
no, I don't
entire
think
mainframe was on my Motorola Razor.
Oh my god.
Your
and it's like,
sidekick.
well,
your sidekick.
Hey
Really?
man, psychics were the shit.
If that's hi-fi, I think I'm gonna stick with lo-fi. Okay, Wi-Fi. I'll go back to it. It's fine.
I want my old Sony Ericsson phone that had the
Yeah.
almost did it, had the antenna. So I almost did it. I caught myself. Happened to me last week too. Dang it. I caught myself.
I'm so proud of you.
You got it,
right
you
I know.
got
now.
it,
I
you
caught
got
myself.
So
I got
proud
it.
of
I'm
you.
trained professional. So then they go through all of these. I mean, they had all these pages and pages of unread text and unlistened, and then on the thing, unlistened voicemail.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Which, I mean, it's still surprising to me. You ask anybody, I would say under the age of 50, who has a smartphone, if you have the numbers by any of those
Yeah.
apps, it
Yeah.
drives all of us nuts,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I find it hard to believe that this tech-savvy guy was not listening to these things. But maybe he knew who was calling and just chose not to
So
listen.
that's it.
Yeah.
Selective picking up. I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see them. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Or not.
Is that when I call?
Exactly.
Yes, I was gonna be
see.
like,
That's what I
I see
straight up.
Cam and Lewis. I'm like,
That's what I figured.
I'll do it to him tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I do. Now, here's the thing. I actually thought that he was trying to be the killer. For some reason, I just thought
Shane?
it's- Yeah, Shane.
Oh,
I thought
no.
it was kind of obvious. I thought they're going away from it. And then I thought maybe the housekeeper. I thought that was more
No,
obvious.
I thought it was the
I was waiting
housekeeper,
for the
too.
twist. I was waiting
Yeah.
for the twist.
Yeah, because it's always someone. Every time that I watch a crime show, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a comedy or not. It's always that one person that you see for a glimpse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're not really like you'll talk to them, but they're kind of like in the background. They're always the one that did it.
Or the
Right.
or the person who cooperates way too much.
way too much.
Yeah.
So the Wheezy guy, it turns out, because again,
Young Weezy baby.
okay, Wheezy. I actually was shocked that it was him. I really did not know it was
Well,
him.
I didn't realize that he was the best friend because I was writing actual
Okay.
notes
Yeah,
down for once.
yeah.
And I was like, who's this kid?
Jordan
who's
Pelham.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, they're best friends. But like the one thing that made me really sad was his phone calls. The messages
They were
he left.
sad.
I was
Actually,
like,
they were.
oh.
I know.
But as soon as he was like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, I was like, oh, he probably felt that someone who's supposedly supposed to be my best friend didn't care if I died. So you know what? He deserves it. And I was like, oh, Mysteries of Laura getting dark.
I know, that's crazy talk.
Stop it.
I had to stop it. So yeah, so he had a problem. He had called and kept saying things like, I'm gonna kill myself. I lost my job, and all these things. He was really sad.
So sad.
It was very sad, actually.
It was.
And it was like, and he didn't answer the phone.
Nope. Because he doesn't answer his phone, but his mom knew that.
His mom knew
but
that.
I guess the best friend did not know
Right.
that.
So basically, because he didn't answer the phone, a drone came in his house.
I don't think
A
if
drone of
he-
knives.
Let's say if he
That was
answered the
so
phone,
scary.
would he have killed him?
No, I think he would have
Right.
lived.
He would have lived.
I think he would have lived. I just feel like he just needed someone to listen to him because
Yeah.
the way that he
Yeah.
was, this is the only friend he had.
He wasn't after money. It wasn't the
He
money.
wasn't after anything. He just wanted someone
Right.
to pay attention to him. He just finally snapped.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
true.
he took out all of his anger and depression on this one person who was supposed to be the person who supports him. And it's just
I hope I support my best friends. Am I, you guys? Am I supporting you correctly? I hope I am.
if they
I want
haven't
a
killed
drone.
you yet.
I know. I don't want a drone. I want a knife drone coming at me.
that was
Like,
so nuts. And also,
Yeah.
I would like to point out, to be nitpicky for a second
Yes.
before we wrap up, is the
Yes.
fact that when that drone was coming at them, it was clean. The
I know. I saw.
was.
Yes.
And at the very end,
was.
it's just covered in
In blood.
splatter.
I
And
saw
was
that
like,
too.
"Oh, excuse
I'm so
you."
happy you noticed
Consistency,
that.
I
folks.
know that it was probably the
Consistency.
CG couldn't do it or something.
Props
I don't
department,
know, but I'm
come
like,
on.
Come on, guys.
I like
I know
how they
some-
chuck a
Effects,
baseball
guys.
at it though.
In my brain, I was like, they're like, oh, don't shoot it. We need it in one piece, but
Yeah.
you can hit it with a baseball and
And
it'll be
And it
fine.
crashes
Yes.
to the floor.
Right. Right. Oh, what else like this? And it's like, yes.
Done.
It's like, okay, so
Pissed.
Jordan said he didn't want to do it. He really didn't.
But he didn't pay
Well,
attention
clearly
to me.
he did.
But no, I can't
You kidding
remember,
me?
I
I
can't
felt
remember
sorry
what
for him,
he's-
kind of.
I can't remember what Laura said, but that hit me hard. Where she was like, "I would forget about you too." I was like, "Whoa, Laura!"
Yeah, because he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't want. He just forgot about me, and I didn't want to do it. He's like, well, you go somewhere. I hope I forget about you too.
Yeah, and I was like,
I didn't have a problem with her saying that.
No, I understood why she said it. I just wasn't expecting her
Getting
to just
drunk.
straight up be like, "Yeah, no, I hope we forget about you too." Like
Yeah.
that's something that I could hear her saying, obviously, but it just it hit me in a different way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because I mean, like I said, everyone was just a sick mother f.
And they were like, so Mr. D Style says Ginzu drone.
Yeah.
Ginzu
Yeah, that's
knives.
right.
I
Ginzu.
just love Ginzu knives. Let's watch those
I hope
commercials.
this doesn't give anybody any ideas.
No.
It's a freaky
don't
way to
want
go.
this,
It's a freaky way
no,
to do
it's-
it.
I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to a drone attack.
No one's gonna kill you, Cameron.
I know, but I mean,
Nobody cares that much. to
No,
kill
see,
you.
I didn't say that. I said that no one's gonna kill you
I'm like,
because
no
you're too
one-
nice, and they would
Oh.
love
No
you.
one has
Thank
the
you.
energy to kill you.
I would be
They
terrified.
might.
TMZ. Oh, okay. That's
Oh my
it.
gosh.
TMZ.
Our engineer's putting messages up for us.
I love it.
Y'all are
love it.
crazy.
So the last scene
done.
is
I can't.
really,
I
really.
can't.
The last scene is really a heartfelt scene, of course, because
yeah.
it's dividing fans. Actually, I'm noticing people are just like, no, it's her and Chef
No,
Tony.
no, no,
And those are, my
it's
mom's
love.
was like, no, it's the chef.
Mom-
She already did.
What?
With him.
Mama's not for Jake.
Nope.
I'm so
She likes
I
him.
am
She likes
for
him.
Jake.
But no,
I'm
I mean, no,
definitely
I
for
don't think
Jake.
any
Yeah.
harm should come to Jake. I'm just saying
Well,
that the way that
no.
it's, whoa.
I'm kidding.
The way that it's going. I mean, I know that they did this last season, and we
Yes.
all thought like, oh, it's gonna happen,
Yes.
and then she fell with our sexy chef, but I feel like, again, no disrespect for Mom,
Yes.
but I feel like the way that they're pushing it harder
Yeah, they
by
are. They
using
are.
his
Illness.
yes, that it might happen.
I think that if they keep
Maybe.
pushing it harder, Jake and Laura might be pushing it harder with one another. And I think that Jake,
I can't.
I really want Jake to be with Laura. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
I
That's
think
legitimate.
I
I don't have a problem with Chef Guy. Chef Guy's
Yeah.
really nice.
I like him.
I do too.
He's sweet. He's homely.
He's
He's
Cute.
he is cute.
he's like a young
He's got a-
Chef
he's got a
Boyardee,
beautiful
and
face.
Yes, he does.
I think that he's good for her, but I think Jake is the guy, man.
Well, it's funny because she went on a few dates last season, and they were okay. But this one, I really like his character.
Oh, yeah,
I
me
do too.
He did.
I'm
And that voice, oh my god, love that voice.
That's all I'm gonna say. Is,
No,
oh,
you like
We
it?
like it.
I
Yeah,
like
we
it
like it.
both.
We like it.
What
Yes.
I'm mostly concerned about is that I want Laura to be happy, and
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like because there was a reason why they got divorced in the first
Yes,
place.
exactly.
So it makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like because of death can change a person.
Yes, he can.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that might be a role in that. But at the same time, but Chef can cook you food, boo.
Yes. Hello.
Cook
but
you
Jake
food.
can
He cannot cook.
solve your
I remember that.
murders.
That's-
Yeah, he could cook.
So can she.
Well,
she.
that is true.
Yeah, I was like, Come on.
Yeah, but oh man,
Come on, son.
he can't. Yeah, he can't cook.
Yeah, he can't cook. And food is the way to her heart.
Yes,
so.
it is.
Clearly.
Yes. And so I think it's funny
Make her a couple noodles.
they found a chef for her. That's what was kind of funny.
I think it's great.
Yeah. That is good. That
It
is
makes
good.
sense.
It makes sense.
Yep.
But they talk, and he admits finally that he has a
Heart condition. And he's
Mild
taking blood
heart
thinners every
condition.
day, a pill a day. I
Just trying to say it
love
like
how you
him.
did that. You were
He
trying.
laid on
Just
the.
trying to.
I can't do that because I'll get lipstick on the mic. But yeah. But no, I thought it was very interesting because we all were trying to figure out what was wrong with him, and now
Yes.
we know that it's a heart condition from the shooting, and he has to take blood thinners a pill a day.
But he also went to a buddy.
Yeah,
Dr. Buddy
sketchy.
on the side.
No, I've done that before. I understand that either A, you're trying to make sure that no one finds out about it, or B, you're broke like I am.
That's
you
true.
can't go to do that copay.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But she, Laura has like this big like.
She looked like she was about to just start bawling.
I know.
She was so upset.
She was, and that's
yeah.
why I think that they need to be together
No.
because clearly she has so much invested in him still.
Yeah.
And she says to him straight up, "I don't want to lose my partner."
Well, let's go to some predictions.
Yes,
oh wow,
please.
okay, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
straight up.
Hit it.
That's what I want to say.
Oh.
Whoa!
Now,
Your
AfterBuzz
TV
predictions.
prediction.
Okay, my prediction is, I would like to see this. I would go with this. Ooh, they get together. I was like, oh, that's
Ooh.
They get together,
Who's that? Jake and Laura.
Jake and Laura. Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jake and Laura.
Okay, you think they're gonna get together?
But they realize they shouldn't be together,
well, yeah.
and then
yeah.
it just goes back with the chef guy.
Well,
He's done.
what do
He's
you
done.
think, Cameron?
I think that they will get together, and that is the only thing they will need is themselves together. I think that they will get together.
No, I really are
think that they
too.
will, but what will happen is the new problem will be Jake's health. Like they'll decide to get together, but then Jake will something will happen to
Right.
him, right? Something's got to
Something's gotta
decrease with his
give.
health.
See, I have two scenarios that
Okay.
I've been kind of speculating and tossing back and forth with.
Okay.
Okay.
The first one is that she's going to get together with our chef guy.
Yes.
Boy,
And
RD.
yeah, Chef Boyardee, and I think someone actually called him that in
They did.
first season.
They
I
did.
can't remember who it was.
I
but
love me some ravioli.
yeah,
Right.
so I'm like,
Yeah.
and Jake gets injured, or
Okay.
his heart condition. He has a heart attack.
Okay.
And then she ends up taking care of him and kind of forgets about the chef Boyardee.
But he gets put on the back burner.
yeah, and then they
No
have a
pun
fight.
intended.
And they end up a fight about it, and she's like, I have to be there for Jake, and so they separate, or they
Her
break
and
up.
Chef Guy.
Her and Chef Guy.
Oh.
Or on the other side of that, they start to rekindle their flame, her and Jake, and everything's going really well. And then Jake's like, okay, I'm gonna go tell her how I feel because I feel like there's something there. And then Chef comes in and like, I love you, marry me. And she's like, okay, or doesn't know yet. And then
Right.
end of the season. Season 3.
One of my favorite scenes in Gilmore Girls, I'm just going to go off to another subject, Gilmore Girls, is finally Luke and Lorelai.
Oh, God, I remember
And at the
this.
very end, he's like, marry me. And she's like, what? And it goes to black.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
I
That he's
feel
gonna
you.
pop the question
Yes.
in this season.
Yes.
And
I
she's
hope so.
He said he's in it for he said it twice. I'm in it for the long haul.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I
The
feel
long
like
haul, Cameron
Not the
Shaft.
short haul.
Not the short haul. Not the
Just call
mini
me
haul.
Cameron Shaft.
I call you Cameron. I'm just putting all your names together. Cameron Shaft.
But no, I agree with you. I feel like we've lost Cameron, guys.
Yes, I
You
do.
just
No,
made a
I'm
problem.
here. I'm back.
No, that's what I'm thinking is
Yeah.
that they're going to rekindle their flame as they're, because Jake's doing that weird flirty thing that he
Yeah.
always does, that he's like trying to not get her back, but
Yeah.
just there's something happening, and then it's
Yeah.
gonna get too close, and then maybe she's gonna have second thoughts, and then and then Chef Guy's like, will you marry me, in like a baguette sandwich? I don't know. I don't know. Has something to do
He
with
holds a
that?
baguette.
Oh, he's so cute.
Will you marry me?
That giant
If you
pasta
said
is
yes.
like, yes.
Yes.
Here's a
Very.
tomato bisque.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be food involved with her proposal. You're gonna make her like crepes or something. It's gonna be like a Nutella jar. Like, you marry me?
I wish somebody had me tell a jar. I'd be like, I'm in. Thank you.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
And that's another episode of the Mysteries of Laura After Show here at AfterBuzz TV.
did
We did it.
it.
Episode 3. We did it. We
Good.
did it. We did it. Unfortunately, I won't be here.
What?
It's just gonna be the two of us. I know.
Uh-oh.
I know. Unfortunately, for next 2 weeks, I will
We're
not
really
be
gonna go
here.
off track.
I know. But I may be in the chat room. Who knows?
Okay.
You never know. It depends on where
out.
where I'm at the time. The next 2 Wednesdays, but I'll be back after that for perpetuity.
Oh,
Where can I find you guys?
You can find me at The Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram, here at AfterBuzz TV Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and soon to be Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Alexis Torres, where can they find you?
You can find me all over social media as atorres890. Don't forget to use our hashtag for this show, ABTV Mysteries of Laura, or I think it might be MOL.
Both,
just in
both,
case, you never know. Keeping track of both. And also, don't forget I have a Q&A coming up real soon, so please send your questions at hashtag AskATorres890.
Oh, you have a Q&A?
I'm having one soon.
I'm going to put one in there.
Yeah,
You should. And you can find me on all the interwebs, of course. But I'm going to promote my AfterBuzz life. So,
oh, wow.
Here we go.
On Sunday,
Saddle up.
I am doing a Spotlight On with Freddie Smith from Days of Our Lives. He's a huge get. We're so excited at 3 p.m. Edition Days at 4 p.m. My GH Report at 5:30 p.m. Then, of course, I have a new series starting on Black Hollywood Live called Breaking Into, which will debut in November. So I just want to get those going. I'm very excited
That's
about that.
exciting.
I'm very excited about that. So, but look, you can find me on the interwebs where James Lott Jr.'s are. So, thank you for watching us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.